God, like he's the best villain ever. I can't believe the shit he says. He's beating Cody with this white belt he has, this weightlifting
like a weightlifting belt.
And it's got blood on it, and he's looking at Cody's mother. He's like, "This is your son's blood on this belt." I'm like, dude, this is the best shit I've ever seen. I've never seen drama like this in wrestling. I was like, this is unbelievable.
I mean, he's bringing all his Black Adam skills to the table.
He looked at some fucking guy yelling at him in the front row, some fan.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Shut your mouth, fatty, or I'll slap the herpes off your face." Like, what? Did he just say? What? He just destroyed that guy.
That's what?
If anyone identifies that guy, his life's over.
Maybe it's the return of the Attitude Era.
Well, he literally, he's back, and he's got the fancy ass Versace shirts and all that whole 9 yards of when he first went heel. And he's leaning hard into it. But I mean, on his social media, he was cursing up a storm because
he doesn't care.
It's on the social media. It's not being sent on the regular thing.
Sure.
And he's just beating Cody Rhodes outside of his tour bus with the belt.
Blood, dude, blood
because they haven't
busted him open.
They haven't really done blood on the regular programming. They've only been doing it really on the pay-per-views for a while. So to have it on the regular Monday night is very odd compared to the Attitude Era.
Yeah. Didn't the producer say cut? And he's like, "I'll tell you when we cut."
Yeah.
He kept whooping Cody's ass. The producer from the show said cut, and The Rock said, "Fuck you." I'll tell you when. He's like, I guess ever since he sits on the board now,
that's great.
Shit's fucking wild, bro. I mean, wrestling. It's like wrestling feels like wrestling again.
I'm gonna have to watch now. Fuck.
You do. It was between Rhea Ripley, who I have a tremendous amount of fucking respect for.
Oh yeah.
I never watched her live.
Yeah.
She's a presence.
Oh,
this is why she has millions of followers.
She's gotten as big as a wrestler as she has because she's good.
That's the WNBA chick.
No, Jade, you're thinking of Jade Cargill, dude. No, I don't even fucking talk about.
Yeah, how dare you pay attention to me in such a way that it's like, wait a second, bro. Oh, you got the wrong name. That was an accident. Clearly, it was no accident.
Rhea Ripley is like if all the goth women from the '90s could fuse into one, and they were attractive, that is Rhea Ripley. She is just a giant, powerful Australian chick. And the other chick that I watched at WrestleMania was a 6-woman tag match. Her name's Jade Cargill. Mm-hmm. This giant black chick and the most impressive physical specimen since China, and I mean it.
Damn.
Built like a fucking Marvel action figure. Yeah. I've never seen a woman built like this.
Kicking ass.
Yeah, if you have time, look up Jade Cargill.
I'll probably today I didn't have.
She's gonna be a star.
Have any plans? So maybe I just go on Peacock and watch
WrestleMania.
Okay,
It was
2 days. So how long is it? 6 hours?
I was sick. I was at home. It's 2 nights, man. It's 10 hours.
Probably. It's 10 hours?
Probably, yeah.
Holy shit.
It is a massive pay-per-view. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
they sold out both nights, 150,000 people in Philadelphia.
With that said, welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your host, Nelson.
It's me again. I'm back. I'm alive.
And?
You have a name?
No.
Ed? The Sniffles King and
the Sniffles King. The king of Sniffles. I still actually have him.
But we are glad you're back.
Thanks, guys. It's good to be back.
It was far too serious a podcast. We were actually talking educational stuff.
I listened, and you guys started talking all this shit on me, and I was like, God. I almost shut it the fuck off. I was like, no, you gotta listen.
No. We had to start and we had to pay homage because listen, we miss you when you're not here. You know, you're a core part of what the Sofa Kingdom is. Without you, it's 1/3 of the Sofa Kingdom. But it's not the same. It's not the same.
I missed you guys,
and we missed you, We didn't miss Shay. We didn't miss Shay. No. When he got the Sniffles, we had Margo. So that was the best way to do it. So
yeah. And so anyway, we were talking about WrestleMania.
Yes, and you were loving it,
dude. It was WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia, city I love. Dude, wrestling feels good again. It does. The Rock's back.
They filled the stadium 2 nights in a row.
Sold it out.
That's wild.
No room.
Yeah, they're like, how do we make more money? Pay-per-view back to back. That's how we make more money. Fill that stadium twice.
But you know
the first night, two two Eagles players ran into the ring in Mexican wrestlers masks.
Yes.
and helped Rey Mysterio win. It's Travis Kelce's brother, Jason.
Oh wait,
the guy that had his shirt off at the Super Bowl.
And was Taylor Swift singing in the crowd?
No, this is Travis Kelce's brother, the big one, Jason.
Yeah, for moral support, she's got to be out there.
He's gigantic.
Too. Yeah.
He's fucking gigantic.
I heard was Jake Paul.
Jake Paul won his match. He beat Randy Orton and oh my god, I forget who else he was up against. Kevin Owens.
Some of the things he's doing though, it's like the Jeff Hardys. I don't know if the Hardy Boys would have been doing some of the shit.
I heard that he's a really very good wrestler.
Yes,
he'll do like a huge frog splash off the top, land on a guy, roll forward, jump up, and do another splash on another guy. He did 2 frog splashes in a matter of 2 seconds.
That's pretty sick.
I was like, he's a phenomenal athlete.
Right.
Like, Logan Paul's a great
So you got to
athlete.
give him credit where credit is due then.
Yes.
Yeah. And to be doing that kind of shit before your Mike Tyson fight?
No, that's the other brother.
Jake.
Oh, okay, that's Jake. Okay,
Yeah.
So
that's Jake.
they literally have like, name another brother duo that's doing that.
Okay, all right. The Gracies.
That's like 30
years ago. That's 30 years ago.
Well,
There's so many Gracies. Which one?
Let's be honest. There's a lot of the Gracies that took the wife's name
Yes.
Yeah.
when they opened their school.
They might be the king and family of like using the family name.
Only
Yes.
20% of them are real Gracies.
There's only one other person that I know that stunts on their last name more than the Gracies. Mr. Trump himself.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, hey, they're like, hey, we're gonna use this name. This name is our moniker, and we're gonna put it and plaster it everywhere. So, I mean, I haven't seen wrestling in years, but when I did watch it, I did always enjoy and love it. And then I think what happened was it became too much to keep up with. It was like 3 hours Monday, 3 hours Wednesday, post TV shows. You know, like
they were putting
reality shows.
They were putting out so much content. It had to be like the only thing you were watching because you didn't have time for anything else.
Yeah.
Well, when The Rock came back and he's like leading the Samoan family, the bloodline, he's a villain now.
Yep.
And like they're going up against Cody Rhodes, who has his own bloodline. He's Dusty Rhodes' youngest son.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, holy shit! Like his brother's Goldust.
Mm-hmm.
His father's Dusty Rhodes.
I remember Cody when he was Stardust. He was like goofy ass.
Yeah.
Little, like
So
sidekick.
is he back in there?
He is Cody Rhodes. In an homage to his father, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, he is the American Nightmare.
I believe he came in as himself first, and it wasn't really working. And then they brought him in. They brought him back as Stardust. Like, we need to do something. We need to change it up.
His hair is bleach blonde, and his outfit, like when Sierra saw him walking down the ramp, she goes, "Is that Homelander?" Like, that's what he looks like. He looks like fucking Homelander.
The white leather outfit.
Yeah. Dude, it's like the American flag if it was like a superhero armor. Like what?
That's great.
I kind of bought into it. I wanted him to complete his story because if you look at it, no Rhodes has ever held a WWE championship.
Really?
Interesting.
Never.
I didn't know that.
And he was the first. Not Dusty, not Goldust.
Cody.
It was Cody Rhodes, the first champion in that family.
No shit.
Yeah, and
he completed his story.
And such an icon.
Yeah, you consider
is
how
the
long
Rhodes family.
Goldust has been around, and how long he's been. And
but he's always been a weirdo.
Yes.
Yes. He's always been like an attraction.
But as odd as he is,
exactly. Creepy as fuck.
as odd as he is, everyone's always enjoyed him. I don't know anyone who's ever hated on Goldust.
He's made me uncomfortable.
Yes, but you did enjoy watching him wrestle. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The only other time I got as uncomfortable is when Yokozuna was around.
Yeah.
And he was doing like the butt smash to
Another
against
member,
the corner of the ring. I'm like, no.
Another member of the Rock's family.
Yeah.
Rikishi, Umaga.
They're all cousins.
All of them.
There was a TV show about The Rock. I forget what it's. Let's just call it Young Rock.
Yeah.
Right, like Young Sheldon.
Super
or some
creative.
shit.
Yes, we get it.
But it was really good on as far as telling like the backstories of things you didn't know about, like Andre the Giant, Superfly,
Jimmy
Snuka, about The Rock's father, about like their heritage was their family were running the shows for a while in Hawaii. Like that was their territory.
The first one was his grandfather, whatever, the High Chief Peter Maivia.
Yeah.
And that's why when he started, he was Rocky Maivia.
Yes.
But it didn't work. People hated him.
Yeah.
Until he joined the Nation of Domination, started calling himself the People's Champ.
Yes.
Got a little bit of an eyebrow raise.
Yeah.
Then people started saying, "Hey, who's this guy?"
Yeah, he found his shtick. He had the skills. He was athletic. He had the lineage. It was just a matter of finding that pitch that people were.
It was letting him go
towards.
heel so he could run his mouth. Is what it was.
Yeah,
because that's really what happened. Because as the babyface, he couldn't really say anything.
Right. Because you got to smile and point to the crowd and be the good guy. But when you're a villain, and like it did happen at the right time. Because it was at the same time that like the Stone Cold Steve Austins of the world were like, people were like, we're rooting for the bad guy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The Attitude Era was starting.
It was. And when it kicked into full gear, people didn't want their baby faces to be so clean.
Yeah.
They didn't want them to be the Hulk Hogan's of the day. You know, they wanted some
attitude.
Bret Hart is to blame for Degeneration X.
I mean, there's only room for the one like clean hero, and John Cena's been it for so long at this point.
Yeah,
because he's been essentially Superman.
Yeah,
that's kind of his character.
Yeah,
remember
and
when
like it's hard to have more than one of that guy, and he's such a big presence that nobody else could really take it up while he was still active.
Kurt Angle tried it.
Yes.
Gold medalist, drink your milk.
Yeah.
You suck.
No. But then when he was another guy who he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna lean into being this good guy / heel."
Yeah.
Kind of a jerk, but everybody was like, it's dope because it wasn't so linear. It had like a realism to it. Like John Cena can play John Cena because
who shows up.
He's kind of that guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of that guy. He's a little corny, a little bit, over the top, but he's also built like a brick shithouse, so you can
see he's definitely cycling off the juice though.
Yeah,
or just getting older.
When you saw him at the award show,
when he was
looking a little soft for his size.
When he was in this match too, you were like, ugh. Yeah. And who is not off the fucking juice is The Rock.
No.
The Rock is as massive as he's ever been.
He is the juice. Like you can bleed him and give it to other wrestlers in the back.
in his match Saturday night, you will see he is a silverback gorilla. His back is disgusting.
I'm sure through osmosis, everyone that was wrestling him that night got a little more testosterone in their system.
Everybody left the ring with a full beard.
I will say this. It's been a while since I watched. But Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, they look like guys that are in shape. They got muscle on. Whatever the fuck The Rock is taking, he's giving it to Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Roman Reigns, who supposedly went through leukemia treatments and everything, is enormous as I've ever seen him.
Jeez.
I was like, dude, they're both on all the fucking sauce.
But you know what? He's probably got the best doctors in the world monitoring everything he's doing, and it is his image that he's selling, right? It is this bigger, larger than life character.
Yep.
And fuck it. If they're doing it and everybody else is doing it, in the UFC, that's what they were talking about. I believe we even mentioned at one time, there was a league that was supposed to be coming out of everybody can juice.
Oh yeah, it is.
Another pride. It's everyone can juice.
Well, not in fighting, but in the Olympic Games.
In the Olympics,
they're doing it.
Yeah.
The Olympics are actually coming up in Paris.
Yep.
Coming up this summer.
Is it going to be like a croissant making championship?
If it is, I know who's in the running.
It's not The Rock.
It's
not The Rock.
No, the Olympics in Paris is going to be good. There's a Cuban wrestler, real big dude. His name starts with an M. I'm trying to think. He's going for a record. He's trying to win his 5th gold medal.
Okay.
He's a super heavyweight Greco-Roman wrestler. He's won 4 golds so far.
Yeah.
And he's still on the team. Still training with everybody, still apparently beating the shit out of everyone in the Cuban wrestling room, and he's going for a 5th gold medal. If he does it, it'll be unprecedented.
It's like that other guy that was in the...
You don't get too many Olympians that are 20 years deep.
Yeah, like the other guy that was in the UFC. What's his name? Jesus.
Yoel Romero.
Romero. He just won another fucking big-ass fight in the other league that he's in.
He did, yeah. It was PFL versus Bellator.
He won his fight. Yeah. That motherfucker's still doing it. He's got to be 90, bro.
Yeah, he's got to be creeping up on his upper 40s, but he's weird.
Yoel Romero, right?
Yeah.
I bet you he's older than that.
You think?
I think
he's probably, if I had to guess, I'd probably say he's 45, 46.
All right,
he's got to be up there.
That dude won a silver medal in the Olympics, and then one day he was in a tournament in Germany, and he just decided, I need to get out of Cuba.
46.
It's 46?
46. 5'10", 205 pounds.
So he got off the...
He fights at 205, but he definitely doesn't walk around at 205.
No, that's a big motherfucker.
He just left the tournament. Like he was there with the team. He was wrestling in Germany, and he left.
He's like, ooh, I
He
can
did not
sneak
get
away.
back. He did not get back on the plane. He
fucking
not,
right.
Not going back.
He also had a fight that week in Germany.
Yeah, his story was
And beat
pretty
the living
crazy.
shit out of the guy. The guy did not know what he was going to be up against.
Did you ever listen to the podcast where he had Joey Diaz translating for him on Joe Rogan, and he was like, the best fighters got the nicest rooms, they got the full meals, they got the best weights.
He said that's how it is in the Cuban wrestling.
You need a win to get fed more.
Fuck. But you know what? To be fair, that's pretty much the same thing on how it goes down in Thailand, right? Because there's so many young fighters, they'll leave their homes to go to these fight camps, and that's how they earn a living for their family.
Yep.
Bro, you did so good.
So if you're not,
look at this bacon. Jesus
Bro,
Christ.
and that bacon is tasty as fuck
so
too,
good.
bro. It's like
so
a honey glazed bacon. Listen, I don't disappoint. My boy Ian's like, we need bacon. We make some bacon.
It tastes good even soaked in vodka.
Probably tastes a little better soaked in vodka.
Yeah.
Is this your hangover cure? Is that what it is?
Today it is. I drank way too much yesterday. All day.
Well, continuing down this beautiful fight talk that we got going on here. So outside of the WWE and WrestleMania, what else did you guys happen to watch just yesterday?
As of today, April, was it 13th, 14th today? I don't know. Anyway.
UFC 300 was last night. Yes.
We watched
14th.
I knew it was up there.
And
I did get to watch the highlight reel
the
on
BMF
the Max
belt.
Holiday versus Justin Gaethje.
that
Shit was outsane.
It was a
Insane,
nasty
insane.
fight. I mean, he had his nose broken at the last second of the first round. Gaethje did, and he
Spinning
kept
back kick.
And then the next round, he got his eye poked. And then
Twice.
the next round, he got his other eye poked.
Fuck.
And he just kept going.
Now, did it look deliberate, or was it just
Probably,
like...
it's probably accidental because Mac's never been like a dirty fighter.
Yeah, it's the same thing where you put your hand up to kind of obscure their vision, and they're coming in at the same time.
Yeah.
And you get the finger in the eye.
Get the finger in the eye.
You got a finger in one eye and a thumb in the other one.
No, because, Max Holiday, veteran,
Holloway.
badass. Yeah,
Max
Holiday.
sounds like a porn.
Max Holiday.
That's
He's on the...
Gay porn star.
Listen, this Holiday guy,
that's-
he's something else.
that's
right?
that's Ready Player One. That's a movie about virtual
No,
reality.
but he's been around for a long time. He's been in a lot of wars. He's
Well, I mean, he was
one
fighting,
of the best fighters the UFC has
started.
had.
He started with the backyard fights in the streets in Hawaii. That's where he had started. So I mean, he's
Max-
been doing it forever.
Max is like he's definitely going to be on the Mount Rushmore of featherweights because you have like for best featherweight of all time. Right now, it's kind of hard not to argue Volkanovski. It's hard not to.
Right.
Even with his last loss to Topuria, and then you have like who else? Aldo or Holloway?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they're neck and neck. For
Yeah.
best
I mean,
145 pound
at this
champion.
point, I want Aldo to kind of like retire already.
He's on the next, he's on the next
been
UFC
looking,
card
he's been
I know.
looking pretty
I
bad.
know. I saw his name on the next card, and he's the only name on the next card.
that I recognize. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know any of the other people on there.
Well,
All Brazilians.
we were saying it earlier. I mean, definitely. I feel like Max Holiday is everything that the Diaz brothers wants to be. Like, they say that they're this incredible badass, and they are in their own rights, but as far as the skill sets and the accomplishments are concerned,
they don't perform on the big stage.
Holiday,
They never did.
Max Holiday has
Holloway. Way.
got it.
Way. Pinche way. Holloway.
PJ Wait. Damn it, that was good. Max Holiday.
Just call him Max.
He's the man.
We know what you're talking about.
Maxie is the man.
But yeah, with like the 10 seconds winding down, he does his iconic points to the center of the ring, draws Gaethje into a firefight. You can obviously see Gaethje is more tired than Max. He's not as conditioned. And he just gets put to sleep. Overhand right on the chin, and he rolled over his own head. Like
When your nose is broken and you're not breathing the way that you can, it's really going to affect your cardio in such a bad way.
Oh,
this is round 5. This is 25
So for 5 rounds,
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to the man for fucking even stepping in the center of the ring at that point. I would have been like, fuck you, dude.
So that's
Like-
24 minutes with a broken nose,
Getting
20
jabbed
minutes with one
consistently.
eye poke,
He's a
15 minutes
badass.
with both eyes poked.
Knockout or not, he's a fucking badass.
He is.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is, but I think Max definitely put some validation on the BMF title.
Hey,
sure.
congratulations to the Lego champ for coming in second.
Oh, yeah.
Gaethje is huge into Legos. He
Is
is
he
a
really?
massive fucking nerd.
Well, you should probably stop that and focus on fighting.
It is
Focus a little more on some fighting.
It is hilarious because when you look at like his online picture, it's like he looks all cleaned up, and he has these goofy looking glasses on, and there's a little post-its going around where it's one of his fight pictures, and the girl's like, why can't guys like this? And then it's him underneath saying, hey. She's like, not you. He's like, that's literally me in the picture you're using.
Yeah. She's like, not you. She's like, no, that's me. That's me. I choose to look like a nerd. You don't fucking like it? Too fucking bad.
The main event of the night, too, was another crazy knockout that it was insane.
Yeah.
Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill for the light heavyweight title. Jamal hits Alex with a nut kick.
Yeah.
And literally, like, he hits him. They know it's a nut kick.
Herb Dean is walking in to put the stop.
To do the timeout. like Pereira doesn't even look at Herb Dean. He's looking straight at Jamal. He gets kicked in the nuts. Herb goes to break it up. He reaches out and stops Herb. He goes, no, I got this. Takes a step forward and floors Jamal with a left hook. Like, really goes, I know I just got kicked in the nuts. Hold on, Herb. I'm going to knock him out.
I got this.
Lays him out. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, who just gets kicked in the nuts and shrugs it off and goes, nah, I'm going to.
He's like, no, we're finishing this now.
Yeah. First round, big left hook. Jesus. Like, I mean, the night delivered. And the co-main event, Yan Xiaonan against Zhang Wei Li, the first double Chinese fight in UFC history.
Two nasty fighters.
Dude, nice. It went back and forth.
Yeah.
I had it 3-2. It was back and forth. At one point, I thought Wei Li was going to get finished. At the end of the first round, Yan was out.
Yeah.
Damn. The bell rang, and she released a rear naked choke, and that girl was flopping everywhere. Yeah,
she
was
not like there. Stood up, was like, ooh, and it's like, wait a minute. Oh, but she's still standing.
She didn't tap. Yeah. She literally looked at the clock and said, I'm going to die, and just let herself get choked.
Did any one of them walk out to Kung Fu fighting?
No, I don't think he did. There was a lot of Chinese music, though.
Yeah,
I hate you.
They did show some Tai Chi.
There was some Tai Chi.
There was Tai Chi.
They showed some Tai Chi.
There was a lot of spinning back kicks. There was a lot of spinning back fists.
I like it.
It was a kung fu fight. It was.
All right. See, that's what I'm saying. And now, would they have been wrong to play that in the middle of the ring while they were fighting?
Slightly politically incorrect. I didn't find it.
But I would have been okay with it, right?
They showed Tai Chi on the Great Wall of China for the promo. So let's be honest.
If you let some doves fly out like it's a... What's that guy who always fucking fighting in the middle of fucking flying out?
I have no idea.
Was it Donnie Yen that did it?
No. It's he had a video game too. We did the slow motion.
The doves would come out in slow motion for the video game.
You turn on the slow motion, the doves would come out when you were fighting in the video game.
I gotta look this shit up. But in other news, there's another thing that's going on in the UFC. Bruce Buffer's retiring. Apparently,
really?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, they're gonna be replacing him soon with somebody new. So he announced his retirement. Let me look into this.
I mean, he's made his money, man.
Yeah,
it's like $100,000 a fight or some shit that he calls. Yeah.
Who's smarter than those? Look, those are the last mafioso guys. All right.
Well, what's funny is they didn't know about each other when they both got into the announcing.
Right.
No, they're brothers.
Yeah, but they didn't know each other. They didn't grow up together.
They're like half brothers or something.
So like it was through the announcing they went, wait a minute, what's your last name? Hang on. I think we might know somebody here.
Yeah.
A couple years back, and
they're both announcers. What the fuck?
Yeah, and that's when they had found out that they were brothers, but they didn't grow up together apparently.
Damn, I'm trying to find this. It was doves in a video game, but they don't.
And with the slow motion.
Slow motion. Yes, it was.
I forget the director's name.
Fuck, man. Video game, Martial.
Sounds like John Woo.
Arts.
I think that's.
I think you're very.
I think that's it.
I think you're very close to it. If not it, yes.
Well, if it's Chow Yun Fat.
John Woo.
Yeah, John Woo directs all those movies where there's fucking doves and gunfights.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's him because he did a video game as well. And literally, you would turn on the slow
Stranglehold
motion.
was the name of the game.
Yeah, like Max Payne, and the doves would come out.
John Woo.
Yeah.
You are correct, sir.
He was a Chinese legend.
God damn. Chow Yun Fat.
Yeah,
Chow Yun Fat.
That was it.
Yeah.
So it was actually a really good video game. It was one of those weird, like, obscure video games that you could get into, play in like a day and a half.
Yeah.
I miss Chinese
and then
cinema,
enjoy
man.
it.
They used to make movies that, like, it would put the movies we were making over here to shame.
Yep.
Every movie had, like, a ridiculous gunfight in it.
I don't know if their movies are just not coming out here anymore, or I know they have a massive amount of sway where we modify our movies for their market.
Yeah.
So, like, we modify certain things completely out, and then other things like Captain America's list of things to go look at in the movies, was a whole different list when it was in China. So they literally tailored that little list for the audience it was being seen at.
Interesting.
So, because certain countries, some of the things on the list, they're like, no. We don't talk about that.
Right.
So on their version, they got what they want to talk about.
So you know what they did, right? Okay, if China had to show a list of what Captain America is going to go look for, right? Special
gay porn.
Gay porn, yeah. McDonald's again.
No Winnie the Pooh, no Tiananmen Square.
Okay, so so speaking of ridiculous shit that goes on in a show, I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right? And so there is a whole like arc where they have to go and witness relocation, and they're in Florida.
Yeah.
And every fucking Florida joke had to do with being able to buy guns, right? So the girl isn't even a cop, and she pulls out a gun. They're like, "Where'd you get it?" She's like, "Oh, a vending machine down the block." So they took it away from her, and then like 10 minutes later, she pulls out a bigger gun. They're like, "Where'd you get that one?" She's like, "Oh, it was in the lost and found. There's boxes of guns in there." They go to buy guns at the gun store. Then he's like, "Oh," because he's in witness relocation. He's like, "Oh man, I forgot my ID." He goes, "We don't need IDs over here, bro. So how would you like your bullets? In the box, the bag, or the bucket?" He's like, I'll have 2 buckets of bullets, please. 10 minutes later, they're getting pulled over, right? The cop pulls them over. He's like, they didn't even put the guns in. They're cops. They're not even in the trunk of their car. They've got like 30 handguns, a couple of shotguns, 2 buckets of bullets. Cop pulls him over. He's like, "Where your boys going?" "Hunting." Checks out.
In Florida.
In Florida. I'm like, this is fucking accurate and ridiculous.
It is.
The first time I was like, a vending machine?
That'd be kind of convenient if you could,
Imagine fucking guns being sold in vending machines. That would be the epitome of like America.
It would have to be like a vending machine that couldn't be destroyed. Like,
oh yeah. No, but in Florida, like if it would just be like happens, it'd be normal.
Imagine
like,
how mad you'd be if your Glock got stuck while I was dispensing it. Like,
so that's the only time I would say don't tap the vending machine to make it fall down. Because you could get shot.
Yeah.
If they are, if they have bullets inside of them.
People running into the machine to try to knock the Glock loose.
I mean, which you would have to put the bullets inside of them because, like, let's be fair, you don't want to buy a gun with no bullets in it. That's kind of ridiculous.
It's going to be difficult. It's gonna be difficult to use that gun.
But Florida be doing some crazy shit, so I can't say that I wouldn't
Speaking
be
of Florida,
surprised.
Have you watched any of Fallout?
I have not.
I was going to start it last night, but then you're like, hey, man, fights.
I'm gonna watch it today. I'm gonna start it today. Have you started it?
I'm 5 episodes in.
And what do you say?
It's very, very good. It's whoever played it, whoever made it, is a fan of the game.
Yes.
Everything in it looks like the vault suits look like the vault suits. The plot is a Fallout plot. The Brotherhood of Steel, they nailed. The T-60 power armor looks like it came right out of Fallout 4.
So the guns and everything from
everything. Everything they're
doing
using.
they're doing it justice.
Todd Howard had a pretty big hand. Like he literally was like, "I'll let you guys do what you want to do. Here's the things you can't do because this is what we're doing in the next video game.
Yeah.
Right.
Like here's where it left off. Here's where we're thinking it's gonna go.
The soundtrack,
so here's where you
too.
can work with. Just don't touch on this, this, and this because we're doing that.
Right.
And then they kind of let them, for the most part, go from there. And the people that were, at least some of the writers were like legitimate fans.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
and the soundtrack is like that 40s, 50s.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
It makes you feel the vibe
Like you're
of the Fallout
in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the actors are ridiculous.
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch it because Halo left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yep.
I went along for the ride for season 1 of Halo.
Master Chief doesn't take his fucking helmet off.
Master Chief, like this was their chance of having their own Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, for all the bullshit that Halo fans had to deal with what Paramount did with their Halo show, the complete opposite spectrum is what Amazon Prime is doing with Fallout.
So maybe they learned their lesson.
To Fallout fans.
Yeah.
Maybe they learned their lesson, but Halo hasn't been doing it for me. The second season, I think I watched 3 episodes, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Well, how do you correct it that much when you've already alienated the fans? That'd be like, I don't fucking know. That'd be like right now, The Witcher's dead in the water.
Yeah.
Like I was
Most
considering
people won't come back for the 3rd season.
I was considering Halo, and then I saw the interview with the main guy. He's like, well, to tell my story, I need my helmet off. And I went, well, you don't fucking know the story of Halo, sir. And you shouldn't be telling it.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me to not watch your show. Yeah. I'll go somewhere else. There's more than enough stuff to watch. I don't have enough time for.
Yeah, we played the Halo games. We loved them. They had a good story. So you keep your pile of shit.
And for if you want to show your face, there's ways of doing it cleverly, like the way they did Iron Man.
Yeah.
Right? You could do the whole inside the mask vibe if you want to show your actor's emotions.
Yeah.
And then back to the fucking...
Yeah, like you're some legendary actor that we give a fuck about.
I can't remember the last thing he was in. Maybe Starship Troopers?
Yeah, you have a fucking job because of the fan LP you're working
I'm not
even
even
he was
sure.
legitimately from Starship Troopers.
Is that where he is?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't really recognize him.
I wish I could be at a question panel with this guy. I'm like, we don't fucking like your face.
Yeah.
Boo.
I'm definitely going to have to look this up. That's where they fought the large alien that looked like a vagina.
Starship Troopers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the brain bug.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, did you notice one of the main characters was a blonde hair, blue eyes, white guy from Argentina?
Oh, good lord.
A little
Suspicious.
who moved down there during World War II? Who landed? Who
Hitler?
landed down in those areas? Where is he from? Huh? They snuck a bunch of shit like that in that movie. Apparently, there was a bunch of little things where it's like, hey, if you guys really know history, you know.
A lot of these movies and TV shows he was in.
You see what we did there?
We saw what we did there.
I couldn't care less about any of the... He wasn't even in Starship Troopers. That's a Mandela effect. He wasn't in anything good. Preservation, The King's Daughter, Beast of Burden.
So he's still not in anything good.
Lords of Dogtown, Bubble Boy, Thumper, Candy. Have you seen any of these movies?
I've seen Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
Lorelei.
But that was a Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Okay, so some of his more predominant... Den of Thieves, 13 Hours,
So
American
basically,
Gods.
looking at your IMDb history, sir, keep your fucking helmet on.
Nobody cares about
Nobody
you.
gives a shit about you.
Yeah, you're no Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, you're not. Jake, we might listen to his objections.
There's a reason why you weren't the man in the bubble.
Goddamn right. Even though he could have been the guy in the bubble, it would have been better. That probably could have been a better movie to see him in the bubble. Yeah, yeah. Because we don't want to see him in the Halo mask.
No, we don't. We really fucking don't. We don't. But yeah, Fallout's definitely worth checking out, whether you're just a science fiction fan or you're a fan of the games.
Okay.
They did it justice.
It's definitely on my list. I started Fallout 1 recently because it's one that I hadn't played. It's an old game.
Okay.
It is very difficult to... I got like 10 minutes in, and it's like, this is painful to try to play.
Yeah.
Games
have evolved.
There's so much basic level quality of life things they have in games now where you're like, why did we do it this annoying way? Why do I have to re-equip my weapon every time I start a fight? Why isn't he just fucking carrying it?
Right.
He's surrounded everywhere we go.
Right.
Why do I have to like keep searching through certain shit just makes no sense.
That's like when you try to play Morrowind after like such a long time. Like you remember loving this game, and all of a sudden you try to walk out, and, like your character looks like shit, and like you go to fight something, but your skill isn't high enough. So you're swinging, you're hitting it, no damage until it registers that you hit it. Like I'm like, this sucks.
It works like. Because Morrowind worked like D&D, so you had a miss chance.
Oh, dude.
And when you first start, your miss chance is so high. You're like, I know I'm hitting him, and then finally the damage pops up. You're like, oh my god, that was like 10 in a row where I missed.
I was so happy that I got a spear. I'm like, holy shit, that's right, there's spears in this fucking game. But then I'm like,
poke.
I'm just nothing. I'm like, this fucking sucks.
When is the new Skyrim coming out?
It's gonna be a long time.
Still long from now? Damn, bro, in my lifetime?
Nah, my kids will be playing Elder Scrolls.
Their games are often a near decade between them. So I mean,
but
Skyrim.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah, but they were working on Starfield. They added a new IP, which ate a huge chunk of time.
Which fucks that game. I didn't like it. I tried. I tried to like it.
A lot of people didn't.
I wanted to like it.
I enjoyed my time with it.
Hated it. I gave it 4 full days, couple hours each day, and I just found myself uninterested is the best way to put it.
That's how I felt when I tried to revisit Mass Effect. Like I tried Mass Effect 1 again. Like I tried experimenting with stuff, and like it became super repetitive.
Yeah,
like going to each planet. Like,
yes,
it just wasn't enough. That wasn't enough to keep me.
When it was new, when it was a new thing, it was interesting.
We loved it.
But it's been done by so many other games that it's like I've done this too much already.
What they did do was fix that in Mass Effect 2. You don't have to do it in that capacity.
You just scan the planet and call it a day.
Yeah, you scan it, boom, move on. You don't have to drop into the little
But
planet.
if you're trying to play the remake trilogy, you got to go through part 1.
I know, and that's why I never got through the trilogy.
Yeah, man.
But I traded the trilogy.
I loved it. Yes, there is some redundancies in it, but the story itself was compelling enough for me to be like, I love this game. I'll see it through despite some of its quirks. And then 2 and 3 got better, and then the 4th one, I don't know. Again, I fell out of love with the game.
Yeah.
And I tried playing it 2 separate occasions, gave it multiple days, and I was just like, I don't know. There's something about it that's so different, it doesn't feel like the game that I fell in love with.
I tried Oblivion recently also, and I got through the sewers, and I got out, and I started going into the world, and I was just like, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one. X-Men 97.
I'm enjoying it.
I am loving it.
Fucking
I'm enjoying it so far.
I didn't see the last episode yet.
I'm loving it. I'm
3 episodes in.
Stealing my brother's account. It's 5 episodes in.
It's 5
episodes,
now,
so that I missed the last 2. I'm 3 episodes in.
I'm 3 in myself as well.
Episode 5 is it's worth it in itself. Episode 5 maybe, like I don't know. I think X-Men 97 is the best thing Marvel's done since Endgame.
Yeah, and they're not really like propping it up. Like everyone is loving it. You want to get people back in
because
to love with Marvel.
It's not
like,
what they wanted. They're doing it justice by actually staying faithful to the story in the comics. But that's not the way they wanted to do it. They wanted to do their Marvel's storyline. That's what they wanted to do. And that ain't shit so hard.
Right. That they don't want to recognize, like, hey, guys, there's a formula. This is what people want. Come back to what we want. The stories are there. They've been written. They're fantastic. People want to see the X-Men and feel like, hey, it kind of relates to society loosely. There's some moral undertone. It's sophisticated. The language that Magneto speaks to you and you don't feel like a fucking moron. You're like, goddamn right. You know, he's an uppity motherfucker, but he'll kill everybody in the fucking room. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is, but there's also always the level behind Magneto of like, you understand what he's doing. Mm-hmm. You're like, you know what? I can see why he's doing it. I can get it. It's not that hard of a concept, even when he's speaking with a better vocabulary.
Yep.
It's not, being spoken down to.
It's like what Ian said when he had like the court out in the bubble, and he's just like, is this what you want?
He was pretty much showing them the world and showing his power, but he was at the same time begging them, not to make him regret.
Make me do this.
That's so good, bro.
Please don't make me.
So good, do this. So good.
As good as that episode is, you need to see 5.
All right. Well, I'm playing catch up today. Sunday's my catch up day.
As long as they get, and I don't know all the details of what the guy that was in charge of that, because he got fired the week leading into it, whatever was going on. But clearly, him and his team knew X-Men well. They knew the story well. They knew the characters well. They knew the comics well. Those are the types of people, foregoing whatever he did, we'll find out at some point in time, that they need to actually be writing and directing their stuff. People that actually know the stories, know the characters, and understand how to tell the stories of those characters from the point of view of the characters, and not inserting themselves and doing their own self-masturbatory story about their own fucking life under somebody else's character. Like, if you want to tell your own story, tell it with your own character. But if you're telling a character's story, you need to tell that character's story from that character's point of view. Not your point of view.
Yeah, if your uncle touched your wiener, just make something up about it. Don't use Nightcrawler to tell us about it.
Yes.
That's not cool.
Why does Nightcrawler have a fro now?
I didn't know. I'm liking Storm's haircut though.
But listen, you have to.
But even Storm's haircut is comic accurate. They chose like the '80s punk rock Storm character look.
Yeah.
Just to kind of change it up ever so slightly.
It was all blown out.
Same thing with Magneto's outfit. They're like, let's give him the flashier outfit. Let's just a little bit of a tweak.
Now look, they hired Henry Cavill into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Tell me that picture I sent of you and him in Magneto's costume.
I know.
Wouldn't fucking work. I would love to see him as a villain.
I still want to see him as the Beyonder in Secret Wars.
So you still see
That's
him
what I want to see.
as the Beyonder. You would like to... He wouldn't be a bad Cyclops. I think he would be a fantastic Cyclops.
I wouldn't mind him being Doom either.
But that Magneto...
Yeah.
I was sold. I was like, and I would like to see him play a villain.
The reality is he's so...
I think he does a good villain. Like, I would get into it.
Involved with Warhammer, they can't have him as a major, constant, reoccurring character in Marvel. Yeah. So it's got to be a type of character that comes in, hits hard, and leaves. That's why I'm thinking it's got to be Beyonder. It's got to be Doom. It's got to be somebody that's in for 1, maybe 2 movies. They're in there for maybe 10, 15 minutes of the movie, not for the length of it. And they do their piece and they get out. He can't be like Wolverine where he's going to have to be for half the fucking movie for the next 10 movies.
Word.
It's got to be he's in and he's out, and it's got to hit heavy. You don't bring in Henry Cavill with where he's sitting right now with the fandom where everybody loves him, and they're like, hey, fuck all the people that keep ruining your projects. We understand where you're coming from. You were right. And then do some shit where,
right.
There isn't the time when he's not just a character, he's heading Warhammer.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of castings, right?
Yep.
Do you guys know who they're casting for the Silver Surfer?
Chick.
Yes.
A chick, Julia Garner.
They're going with Silver Surfer's love interest, which is a comics accurate character. She is a Silver Surfer as well.
I don't give enough about this.
She has a slightly different name than Silver Surfer, and then he ends up coming in, I think, as Silver Surfer with her at some point in time, and I think he sticks around so that she doesn't have to. I'm not 100% on Silver Surfer. We didn't have too many of the comics growing up.
Yeah.
But it's one of those characters where it's like, yeah, but not a lot of people know her.
Right. They don't know her, and they barely know him. Like, I know from all the Marvel shit, he's one of the characters that I'm like, he was okay.
Yeah.
He came in. I knew he was the Herald of Galactus.
Yeah.
But Galactus had several heralds as well.
Yeah. And he's the best that I could say is I know he's essentially forced to be the Herald for the sake. I think it's for the sake of her
and his planet.
Exactly.
To save his planet. Like you become my bitch and I'll save your planet.
Yeah. So I believe it. Yeah, he's the Silver Surfer. He doesn't want to be the Silver Surfer, but I don't know if they're going farther back and then they bring him in, or if they're leaning on her remaining as the main Silver Surfer. But it's one of those like, you better really fucking knock it out of the park. Because if you don't, then it's going to be the Marvels all over again.
It's just stupid. Like, that they're not fucking learning. Like, people are showing up to see the characters
Disney.
The way that they want to see them, not the way that you want us to see them.
Yeah.
Like, so leave it the fuck alone.
You have to know your audience.
Unless you're doing audience. A Danny DeVito Wolverine. I'm here for it.
Like, everyone knows a Kevin Smith movie.
Right? You would see that. You would watch that. Okay, Danny DeVito Wolverine.
Listen,
I would just see he was a variant.
If he's in
fucking die laughing.
If he's in Deadpool as a variant, I would love it.
Oh my god!
But,
it would be so good.
Like,
it would be so good.
Kevin Smith, when you see a Kevin Smith movie, you know what a Kevin Smith movie is.
Yeah.
Because he knows his audience, and he just serves his fucking audience, and he lets you know, hey, it's a Kevin Smith movie if you're coming to see it. Don't expect some shit that's beyond what I've done before.
Yeah.
It's one of my fucking movies.
But back to Danny DeVito, right?
Getting.
But you know who he would make a good character? Pug. Remember Pug from the Brotherhood?
Yeah.
The Pug, the little hairy fucking guy. Puck! Yes! Puck! Come on, he would make a good Pug.
He would. He probably would.
Or MODOK.
The thing is, he is so hilarious.
He would have been a good MODOK.
He would have, but they wasted that.
Right?
That ship sailed already.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even need to put him in like a suit. You just float Danny DeVito around in the air. You're like, I get it.
I feel like they already missed that. That became such a bad meme.
The Deadpool movie, I'm really excited for. The fact that we know it's dealing with TVA, it's dealing with variants, it gives them a lot of open ability to fuck around with
everything.
Yeah, a lot to
heavy.
work with.
I did hear loosely that they're also going to try to fix the Scarlet Witch in the Deadpool, that they might do something to fix her arc.
Yeah, if they're going
to bring her back in
heavy with TVA, they can absolutely fix some things there. Mm-hmm. But I also that's why I lean a lot onto the Secret Wars. You got Loki sitting in the chair, right? That's bringing together timelines. It's keeping them alive. That allows for them to do this, in my mind, lean right into the Secret Wars and almost semi-reset the universe, bring the mutants in with everybody else, and set the Marvel Universe the way it would have been.
Yeah.
Because to go this far and you barely have mutants.
Yeah. We need more Kelsey Grammer as Beast. I've always said
like,
that.
If you have Thanos touching down, the X-Men should have fucking been there.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even need to do anything except for, like, out of the portal, you have the fucking wheelchair rolling in, and you don't even say shit about it. You just have, like, oh, and then the battle starts, and everyone would have been like, I got it. We got it. They're here. They're here. We haven't seen them, but they are here.
But the portal needs to open to the...
Absolutely.
And then just cut away. Everybody would have lost their fucking mind.
We were watching that the other night, and Sierra was like, "Can we skip the intro?" And I said, "You shut your
How dare you?" That's like watching the Game of Thrones intro.
Think about this. Yeah. Deadpool, TVA, they redo the Thanos fight. And they bring in the fucking mutants.
So
the climax is a redo of the Thanos fight, and they bring in the mutants.
I would fucking love it. I would love it. They did drop another trailer for Ironheart.
Did they?
Yes.
It's taken them a long time.
Yes. And
I'll take heroes I don't give a shit about for 500.
Well, they're leaning in on her reviving Tony Stark.
Oh, great, awesome.
She's like, I couldn't leave him dead. That's how it starts. I couldn't let it go.
Of course.
And that's where they're going into it.
The only thing I would say about that is, like...
Zombie Stark. He's going to be a little fucked up. He's a couple years old, a couple dead.
Yeah, for Ironheart,
he's
I've not seen much of her comics, but if they wanted to lean into bringing Iron Man back, they should have gone with Iron Lad as well. So they can have her and Iron Lad, who is a variant of Kang.
Yeah.
So Iron Lad... He sees his future as Kang the Conqueror, and he goes, fuck no, I don't want to be that. He goes back in time as a kid
and kills Hitler
to join the Avengers to change his future. So then he becomes someone that's fighting against Kang the Conqueror, who's also come back because he's trying to not become Kang the Conqueror.
They're probably just going to drop the Kang thing dead in the water.
They might. But that's why I lean on an Iron Lad. You could bring somebody else to play Iron Lad and then bring eventually 10 years down the line him as Kang, because now he's established as Iron Lad, who eventually becomes the true Kang the Conqueror.
They dropped his charges so hard too, though. The actor for Kang, like, he's basically down to like a domestic violence and something else. And I think a lot of it, like when you read into it, and I loosely read into it, so don't quote me on this. It was basically just him. It's just him pleading to get out of like the mess that he's in, like whatever.
If the things that I've seen were correct, a lot of it was him using force to get away from being repeatedly attacked and followed and chased and everything. And it's like, at what point are you allowed to use force from someone who's chasing you and following you and stalking you? And there's video footage of her with several people following him.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on when you're running 3 blocks, a dozen cameras, and someone is chasing you?
Still following.
But you're the one that's being charged.
I think you need to just turn around and go full Apollo Creed on everybody.
I mean, granted...
But like, you want King the Conqueror? You got King the Conqueror.
I mean, granted, publicists... You don't necessarily see all of the stuff that happened, but out of the stuff you see that gets released, you're like, how is he still being charged as the fucking
Can't he just say, like, I identify as Kang the Conqueror, fuck everybody up and get away with it? Like, I mean, clearly he's not himself.
I was getting into my role.
I seen these videos the other day and they're old, but it was like the ladies, like, they're questioning her and she's like, stop recording me, please. And he's like, my friend identifies as camera. She's like, he's like, you find that funny? She's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm confused. He's like, my friend identifies.
I've seen that before.
They're like, hey, you can't record in here. He's like, my friend identifies as a camera. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir.
Yeah.
I'm like, what kind of a society do we live in where you could get away with saying that shit with a straight? But it was his straight face that was the sell. Like, he's like, no, he identifies as a camera.
Yeah.
They're like, seriously? Yeah, seriously. He's like, carry on. I was like, what? Like, is that how we're getting into fucking Area 51? That's all we needed to do.
I identify as a scientist.
I identify as a scientist. Let this man in.
Listen, when they started piling up outside of Area 51 for one of those fucking, and they were Naruto running, these fucking idiots.
I remember that.
They released a statement. Don't come this way. We will use deadly force.
And that's all you have to do. You have to Jocko Willink that shit. Like, I will shoot you. I don't give a fuck what you say. This is America. I'm riding in on a bald eagle with a machine gun, and I'm going to fucking shoot you, bitches.
We are mowing you down.
You better be able to dodge bullets.
And on that note, thank you for joining us at the Sofa Kingdom podcast. Glad you're back, Ian. We missed
good to
you.
Be back.
Yeah, man.
This couch is good for you. It's like my therapy.
It is. It is. We all need this.
Sit down, talk about what's going on in the world, you know?
Yeah.
Sharing it with our friends.
And everyone, every now and again, you should identify as Kang and fuck some people up. Go conquer some shit. That's how the day should be spent.
They still haven't announced what the next Marvel villain's going to be. I mean,
it's got to be Doctor Doom. Well, they did say Galactus is a part of the Fantastic Four as a villain.
It's got to be somebody big because you're replacing Thanos. Kang is kind of getting pushed to the side until they could sort all that shit out.
You need Doom.
You need somebody.
Gotta be Doom. Who else could it be?
You remember when they made Galactus a cloud?
Yeah, they can easily do a cosmic cube Doom and use that to explain away the missing mutants.
Ooh. I like it.
There you go.